Have you ever found yourself at a professional crossroads? You've put in the time, you've got decades of experience under your belt, but there's this little voice asking, what's next? Well, today we're diving into this really exciting idea of a second act career. And spoiler alert, it's not about winding down. It's about starting a brand new, deeply fulfilling chapter. So let's just get right to it with the biggest question of all. What's your next chapter? And listen, that question can bring up all sorts of feelings. Excitement, maybe a little bit of fear or uncertainty. And you know what? That is completely okay. That question is the starting line for so many of us. Because, you see, for a growing number of people, reaching the end of one professional phase, it's just not an epilogue. It's not the end of the book. It's actually something way, way bigger. Exactly. It's a whole new story. It's this incredible chance to rewrite your own path, to reinvent yourself, and to design a chapter that is 100% yours. This idea of a midlife career change isn't some rare thing anymore. It's actually becoming a key part of how we work today. So you might be wondering, why is this happening so much now? Well, to really get it, we've got to look at the old career map. The one we were all handed, and realize that it's totally, completely outdated. The old rules, they just don't apply anymore. And, the difference here is night and day. The old model was the super straight line. You go to school, you get a job, you work that one career, and then you retire. So predictable, right? But that's not our reality. Today we live these multi-staged lives. We're always learning, our careers zig and zag, and work and life, they're all mixed together. The bottom line is pretty simple. Our lives aren't linear, so why on earth should our careers be? And if you're feeling that pull, that little nudge towards something different, you need to know this. You are so far from being alone. In fact, you are in very, very good company. This is the new reality of work. Just take a look at this number, 78%. That is a huge figure, and it points to a massive fundamental shift in how we approach our professional lives. So here's the story behind that number. Research from AARP found that a staggering 78% of us will change careers at least once. So that feeling of wanting something more, something new, it's not weird. It's not an exception. It's the new normal. Okay, so we know tons of people are doing this, but what is a second act career, really? It's a phrase that gets thrown around a lot, but believe me, it is so much more than just switching jobs. At its core, here's what it is. It's a career path you choose later in life, usually after you've already spent decades doing something else. And the real key here, the secret sauce, is the motivation. This isn't just about a paycheck. It's a conscious choice for things like purpose, passion, or having more flexibility in your life. And what does that look like in the real world? Well, these second acts often kick off after age 40 or 50. They're usually way more aligned with what you actually care about, your interests, your values. The goal isn't climbing some corporate ladder anymore. No, it's about finding work that feels meaningful and that fits the lifestyle you want to live. And a lot of the time, this leads people to start their own thing or go freelance, just to have that extra control. Which naturally brings us right to the heart of it all, the motivation. Why? Why do people make such a big pivot? Let's really dig into the why that fuels this whole second act movement. The reasons are, of course, really personal, but a few big themes keep popping up. A huge driver is the search for purpose. People want their work to matter. Others are just desperate for more freedom and flexibility. For a lot of folks, it's a direct reaction to total burnout from their first career. And then for others, it's about finally turning a lifelong passion into a way to make money, or finding a place where all those years of experience are actually seen as a good thing. Okay, so with all that swirling around, how in the world do you actually get started? The first step, and honestly, the most important one, is all about self-reflection. It's like you're pulling out your own personal compass to figure out where you want to go, not where society thinks you should go. So here's a really simple, powerful way to begin. First, take an inventory of your strengths. And really acknowledge the wisdom, the experience, the resilience you've built up. None of that should ever go to waste. Second, define what fulfillment actually means to you right now, because what made you happy at 25 probably isn't the same thing today. And finally, you use that incredible knowledge to start charting your course. That's how you go from just questioning everything to having this amazing, renewed sense of direction. When it comes down to it, this whole journey is about shifting from feeling stuck to feeling empowered. It's about taking the wheel and consciously designing a part of your life that is satisfying, sustainable, and totally authentically you. So as we wrap up, the real question isn't if you can have a second act. It's what will yours be?